we would be considered huge.
No. Not if it starts to do it. I'm going to start climbing here.
Okay. So you.
Any trees to climb?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of palms.
Okay,
yeah.
Can I do it still?
I'm going to move
Do a
forward
stealth
a
roll.
little bit, stealthily, and hide, and if one of them comes up, I'm
Okay. So you guys will have to do stealth checks. So.
19.
19. Okay. Zara.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging back, and I got a 4 for stealth.
Okay. Philocus is also staying back.
What advantage because we're in like high grass areas, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have advantage?
You won't have to roll if you don't get close.
Oh, okay.
And then you don't need to roll to hide as well. Because I snuck up a little bit.
Isn't that slow?
No, you already stealth, so it'll cover it. So Littletoe goes up first, and you're so small you get up to the tall brush on the side of the road, and you see these 3 Groken. They're together. They're doing like the search. They're looking, but they don't look like they're very smart. Mm-hmm. So they're like looking through under stones and things, trying to find clues of someone being there or find someone. Mm-hmm. Why one would be under a stone? It's a question that you could ask. So, but these guys are very clearly clad in weapons and armor, like they're ready to fight. Mm-hmm. One of them has a large bag on his back, which looks like it has some material for setting up like a small camp. Like there's chunks of wood for like a fire. There's this bundle which looks like it could be turned into a tent of sorts. Mm-hmm. So,
are they close to the edge where they're close next to me?
They're on the opposite side of the edge line. They're searching towards the Gistori side. They think it looks like it's about midday. So these guys are on the other side, looking in the brush. They're thinking if there's a Gistori, they'd probably hide on the Gistori side, but maybe not. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 of them. One looks a little bit larger than the other 2, but not by much. Yes. Yeah. So those of you that hung back, you guys are like 50 feet away. Those of you that are up close are between 15 and 20 feet away. So you guys are getting pretty close. So you climb up to the tree and you see the same thing. There's just 3 of them. You look down the path. You don't see any down the road, so there's just the 3.
Will I know that they, is this like a normal wear for them to wear every day, like full armor and weapons and all that? Or will I know?
Do a history check.
18.
So you know that they typically don't wear this stuff unless they plan on going to battle.
Oh, okay.
When they spar, they don't spar with armor.
But what about, is it common for like patrol units?
There are patrol units, but not usually on Gistori side. Simple patrol could be upwards of 3 Groken.
I put my hands on their shoulders. We should take them. I think we can.
Yeah. So there are 3. They're close to each other. Yeah. So you know that Groken are hardy. You didn't expect them to be this hardy, but these guys are some thick boys.
So maybe we should warn the village.
Philocus whispers to you guys in the back as he's back there with you. We should probably not get in a fight. A lot of times the Groken will take at least 2 of ours for every one of theirs. So you guys gonna wait it out?
Well, I mean, as we sit here, what do they do? Where do they go? Where are they searching for?
They're searching on the opposite side of the road, and they take a few minutes, and then they decide that there's probably just, I don't know, fox raven that was crawling through. And so they go up towards the shrine. You see them walk up the path a bit, and one of them pulls out his weapon as they're going up, and he's just whistling as he's cutting through this art that's been put up there from a long time ago. They look like they're at an earshot now. So you grab the caustic wood and start heading down the path. A little bit quicker speed, a little bit of a jaunt. So you guys pass the garden. As you guys are passing the garden, it looks how you guys left it. There's nothing particularly outstanding.
The little
Fox raven. So the fox raven are not following you now. That's a good point. They're not following you anymore. So you guys make it back to the village. So you guys see down at the tribe as you're coming down, and you're up on a hill, so you can see down to the village. That's near the coast. There are 3 broken, different from the ones that you spoke to, that are standing in the middle of the tribe, and the chieftain is standing before them with the Spiritweaver and Darius are standing behind him on the left and right. As they're talking to these broken, the one in the middle who's speaking, he looks to be speaking in kind of like a broken just story, but he's making it work. And you can't quite tell from the distance that you're at what they're saying. So you guys get closer, and the tribesfolk that are behind them, they look pretty terrified of the discussion that's going on between them. Some of the just story women are gathering up their children and hiding them behind, and they're running back to their huts while the warriors are standing behind their chieftain with their weapons ready. And so this large Groken who's standing before him, who's wearing this bit of tattered cloth instead of armor, he's speaking to the chieftain, and he says, "My battle chief will be expecting your reply, horned chieftain. If you do not speak your terms, we will take what we want by force." And then the chieftain, Astri, he says, "I understand. Well, my people wish for no more bloodshed. What is it that your battle chief wants exactly?" And the Grogan says, "The battle chief will have more of the island, up past the rock formation around to the withered tree. That leaves us hardly any land at all." The Grogan raises his hand to smack the chieftain, but he holds his arm up there and he says, "Do not interrupt me. He will be taking this land as our numbers have swelled and our warriors wish for more land to spar." "I see." He looks back to the rest of the village, which are hanging on every one of his words right now. And he looks to Darius, who his eyes are like filled with rage. And Navima, the Spiritweaver, she's an older woman, and she shakes her head, now. And he looks back to the Roken and says, "Will your battle chief wish to come speak to me in person so that we can come to some kind of deal?" "Ha ha 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 ha! I had a feeling you would say such things, horned chieftain." "The heart of honor beats for peace, Groggeral." And the Kroken laughs at that, and he says, "The heart of honor beats with the blood of our enemies. You will soon learn this, Gapu." And he turns around to the other Groken, and he says, "Gapu Dorati Kusara, Kipri Durga Morati." So those of you who know Groken know that he says, "This coward won't know what hit him. Send the spies out tonight to track their numbers." And him and the other 2 Groken warriors, they do an about face, and they start heading towards the woodline.
I vote to attack.
Guys, I don't think we should fight them.
I start walking up, and then, like, in the broken tongue, I'm going to say, "Oh, so you guys are going to send out spies tonight." And then I say it in common.
Okay. Loud enough for the chief to hear. So Zara, you shout out to these Groken, and you point out that they've got spies, and then you say it to. Then you also shout it out to Astri and the chieftain and the rest of them. Okay, so you shout these things out, and you look down and you see Astri, and he looks back at you, and he's got the furrowed brow. He looks very angry that you just did this, and he looks to Darius, and he nods, and Darius nods back to him, and he starts rushing. Broken. And you've got 4 other tribe members behind him that are also rushing. So, time to... you guys have a surprise round. You guys have a surprise round, but I want you to roll initiative. Okay. So these 3 Groken are surprised as Zara jumps out and shouts this. The tribesmen, led by Darius, start rushing behind up on the Groken. And you all have a surprise round, as these guys are just standing here bewildered at what just was shouted at them.
So I'm gonna dash through through the grass, right? I'm kind of like partially obscured, so I don't know.
From the brush, right? Yeah.
Like, and then I burst out, and then with my great sword, I come down. So 19.
That hits.
13 damage.
Nice. So Azarias, you rush through this brush, and as you come out, You have a sword, right? Eraser. So as you jump from this brush, you leap down valorously, and you cut down into this Groken, and he comes up with his axe just in time, but you hit him in such a way to where the impact just pushes back down on him, and you're able to break through his defenses a bit and slice down his leg.